Hey everyone, this is Kevin. How are we doing today? Today we're going to play a little bit of Space Engineers again. Hey, come on. It's a fucking great game. It's a great game. Let's get this going. But today is just not another day. This is a Friday, so it's Friday Fun Day. No Sunday Fun Day. Every day Fun Day, but especially on Friday Fun Day. So, without further ado, we're going to get started here. Load up this game, and we're going to go ahead and just basically get this going. It's being a little slow today, to be expected, I suppose. While it's doing that, let me impress you with some screenshots. You'll hear the music come in and out. Okay, let's get to this. So, since this is Friday, it's just on another day, we're gonna burn some organic matter, drink some fermented organic matter. We're gonna party like it's 19999. We're going to have some fun in Space Engineers. So folks, if you're out there listening, enjoy, recreate, drink up. I can't condone anything illegal as far as substance, but I'm not going to condemn it. That particular cockpit is what I want to put on my welder craft. Because I think it would be better suited for serving as a welder. You'd be able to see right in front of you much easier. So I think that is one of the things that I'm going to investigate working on today, is fixing my welder to be all that it can be. Okay. We have a full 84 days of fuel. We need more than 3 months fuel. But that will come with time. It will definitely take a bit of effort and time to come up with something. Because that's just pure uranium we're going to have to get. Actually, let's go this way. It actually is much closer to go this way than it is to go any other direction. We also want to get a lay of the land as far as the type of resources we have available. What needs to be built. Yeah, we're gonna have to get more iron again. Get iron and then go find some silver. So we'll make 2 mining runs today. So yeah, I think that what we're gonna have to do is go ahead and I don't want to start off by mining, but I don't know. May not have any choices there. I do have 2.4K in metal grid. Steel plates, I have 10K, so I do have quite a bit of resources already on hand. So here's what we shall do. Let's go make the modifications to the welding craft. And I'm going to go to it from this other direction here. It's kind of easier than going through the ship, honestly. So what I'm going to need to do is remove this cockpit and then modify the structure so that it'll support this bigger cockpit. Let's just get this baby out here so everybody can see it. Here's what we're talking about in size difference. It's only about as wide as it. It's no wider, or it's no. It's just as wide, and it's just as tall. But actually, no, it isn't just as tall. Actually, a bit shorter. But the main thing is that let's get this thing spun around. But when you look at it in comparison to this one, let's get this. There we go. That's how it would sit on there. It's just not as bulky and as geared to laying you down on your back as this one. So I don't know, your view is better. Let's make certain there's nothing in the cockpit here. Oh, and let's also make certain that there's nothing in the welder. Chances are we will have to remove that welder to accomplish this task. As of now, that's all we have for a connection. And that's part of the problem with this particular design, is that it really wasn't meant for this. But we have this big one right here on the bottom. Okay. So we can probably take this baby and turn it on that end right there. And then get something like, oh, let's see, I'm thinking about several different potential angles on this. Because it's actually going to fit right in there. Well, and that is, let's see here. Let's go to the conveyor blocks. We can install a conveyor junction, possibly. Right here. But we will have to get rid of this. And then put that conveyor junction in. Right there. Oops. Hit the wrong key there. See, on one side it will adapt to the bigger 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Okay, yeah. So really, we just have to get in here and make sure that it's lined up properly. And I definitely believe that should be lined up properly. Actually, I have an idea here. Let's just take medium cargo 3 out of the loop here. We'll rearrange this system here of reactors. But let us take and put this junction right here. There we go. And we'll put that there. Now we're going to take this cockpit that the bottom of it has this big opening right here. Now, why do I want that? Why is that important? It's important if you carry things and you want to be able to take and put those things into the inventory that you're going to use to build with, you know. So now we're going to take a, I think it's going to be a medium cargo container. Excuse me. Yes, and we're going to put it right there. Now what that's going to do is, if you see right here, this I'll be able to reconnect the those reactors down there. Okay, we're gonna plop that there. Whoops. Now let's put the welder back in place. Okay, I need to get some plates here. Like those interior plates. That may not be enough. We'll find out. Okay, Lucy, I'll pet you. Oh, I missed her. How you doing there, kitty kitty? My cat is very needy. But I guess, you know, I'm at work all day. And... oh, now I need construction opponents. Fortunately, I've been building them up. I think I might need one of those, and I'm definitely going to need some steel plates, which, as you can tell, I've got quite a few right now because I pre-built yesterday a lot of stuff before I, you know, like, got it started. Now I need to take this out of here. And I'll need to get the uranium out of here. Before I take that out of there. I'm going to have to rearrange this a little bit, but right there is where I can put a reactor. There we go. Now let's go build up our display. Okay, let's get in this baby. Oh, nice. I'm already liking it better. Except for that there. That's in the way. But here's the thing I was talking about, the inventory. I've got all this stuff that's on me, and this ship has cargo. Let's get, there we go. And I want to say transfer that cargo on there. With that other cockpit, I might be able to move something like something small like these, but I couldn't ever move stuff like these thruster components or these tubes or other large numbers of things, which now I can easily just throw onto I can throw on with no problem. Oops, excuse me. Another thing here is it allows me to deliver fuel to to the reactors with little or no problem. Okay. But I think I am going to move those, these LCDs around. 'Cause I can't see everything on that, LCD. So let's move that. I have to pull this baby out. That cross member for the windows just like completely in the way. So I really I guess I need to figure out a better way to manage these. Oh, I think I've got an idea. Am I out of stuff? I guess I might be. Oops. Motor, construction component, interior plate. Oops. I don't know if I'm going to need any of those, but I'll grab a few. Okay. Now, I want to take and get a block. We'll just go ahead and stick with the light, because this definitely is not a military craft, and it's not ever going to be. There we go. Now this is technically called the text panel on this small ship. So I'm going to try putting that right there and see how well I can see it. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that's utterly perfect. I'm going to move the other one in a little bit closer like that. Okay, let's move that one and... Yeah, I might have to consider, it does cover up just a little bit, but only a corner. Now, what about this, though? Eight. Oh yeah, that's perfect right there. But here's the thing that irks me, and that is what you would display on these screens, you should be able to display on these screens right here. And that should just be part of the game. And I'm going to keep on harping on that because part of my job here as a gamer, as somebody who is putting forth the time and effort in Space Engineers, and because it still says beta, my job here is to critique, is to provide suggestions. So I'm going to keep on harping on the things I think are aspects of the game that make it wonderful, and then I'm also going to harp on those things that I won't say harp, but I'll hype the things that I feel are worth hyping, and I'll harp on the things that I feel are worth harping. And I'm not going to stop doing that. But one of the things that I have bitched and complained about from the day I started playing Space Engineers was the plain and simple fact that these 3 screens, which exist in both cockpits, both cockpit designs, they simply have no way of displaying text, and they should. They should display the same text that these 2 devices are able to display. Exact same. And it's utterly ridiculous that they don't. We're gonna be space trucking. Okay, let's get in here and I might as well make this easy on myself. Let's see here. What am I doing wrong? Now here's another thing. I should be able to use this for storage as well, which, as you can see, I can. Okay, we need to get the engines in here now. All engines. About 5. Get the welder up here. Get the camera up here. Now for the connector. And that's switch lock. And we also need on and off. And I think that's about it that this baby really needs. Not the miner, it's just a welder. Make sure all the engines fired up. Turn on the lights. Okay, back in the cockpit. Everything's looking good. Let's... Oh yeah. Release that clamp. Definitely a little bit heavier. No doubt about that. We're not at 100%, but we are at high 80s. Looks like 88% on. We most definitely are probably going to have to add some more engine to this. Yeah, it looks like we absolutely positively did do that yesterday. So let's go swing around here and make certain that... everything's done on that side. Let's go down here and... You know, there's something I can do. Never realized quite. Armor blocks. We need this triangle one, that one, and that one. Okay. Turn off the inertial dampeners. Now this is going to come in handy in the construction of everything I'll need for this here. But I am afraid that I will have to get out of the craft right here to grind this. But in a nutshell, I'm going to surround these with armor blocks too. But we've got to start with the first layer, which is this base layer, and it's going to go between here. And everywhere where these are at, instead of removing them, I'm going to make that a buffer joint, or a joint that is thicker than the others. I don't know how else to describe it other than it's going to be an area of extra armor, but I'm also hoping that there's going to be like dead space in there, and that's going to help protect blocks that are behind it, but they're not directly connected to a block that's getting destroyed, that they won't get destroyed. I'm actually also thinking about building some tires encased in heavy armor blocks. I've watched a lot of different videos over the past year and a half or so that I've played around on Space Engineers. I haven't actually played regularly for well over a year, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to get back into Space Engineers. Because overall, I like the idea, I like the game, I like being able to build these vehicles, both wheeled and flying vehicles. I like the idea of, you know, people coming up with mods like wing mods and things like that to make different types of craft and vehicles. I like all that, but there are some very specific things I think that are going on that have literally limited and curtailed a lot of the potential growth that Space Engineers could have. They don't have to change names or anything like that. The only thing they really need to do is change the concept or the theme of the story. And honestly, there is no theme as it stands right now. There really isn't. There is no story. There is no real underlying or like we're running low on metal grid fast. 42. We've got 71 on steel plate. We're down to 70.6 on inventory. This whole thing needs to be covered right up to this edge here. We're at 52 or 50%, 50.2%. Basically, I just let this thing sit here on those 4 blocks long enough. All 4 of them will build. I think I might need to go get a little glass of Southern Comfort. Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's getting high. Let's go over here. See, we are at 43%. $34.9. See how this looks. Not bad, not bad. I just need to get that heavy armor covering all of these pods here, because frankly, if these are left unexposed, they can be shot out easily. All it you know, a foe would need to do would be, instead of targeting the guns, he could target the conveyor connection first, and that will separate it from the rest of it, and it'll start floating off. Power's lost, all sorts of things. Targeting the tubes themselves doesn't do much, so it doesn't get rid of the ammo that's already in the guns, and the whole point of the matrix of tubes is for redundancy. There's 3 access points into this matrix of tubes, and it's only ammo. Nothing else flows through these tubes except for ammo. It's a separate network. It's protected using a sorter, and it's whitelisted for the NATO ammo. But is that what it's called? NATO ammo? Yeah. 25 by 184 millimeter NATO ammo canister. All these guns use that. But if I protect them with armor blocks, it will take a bit more effort to shoot at those conveyors. Because while they're trying to concentrate on one gun, they're going to have 3 other guns. Actually, upwards of potentially 5 other guns pointing at them. Just about any direction. Unless he comes at an well, no, even if he comes up from this direction. It doesn't matter which direction you come at. Any gun you go for, you're going to have other guns that are going to be able to target you. And I've had these things set on max. So they're going to start shooting at you like 800 meters out. It's going to be painful to try to take this base. You'd have to come in here with another ship and use that kind of... You couldn't take this base, how would you say... You're not going to take me alive. Copper. You'd have to inflict a lot of damage on this base to actually take it, and by that point in time it wouldn't be worth your time. But you could definitely just come rushing in here and destroy it. This is my rescue ship reimagined right here. Basically just took and used exactly the same floor plan as the rescue ship, but spiced it up. Let me give you a tour. As you'll quickly see, it's only 3 blocks wide. Well, it's actually 5 blocks wide, but the outer block is skin. So interior-wise, 3 blocks wide. And this is just like the rescue ship. And as you can see here, let's go on inside. Just like the rescue ship. Actually, here, let's do something. know why we're getting that weird lighting effect there. That's kind of odd. Let's go ahead and turn on those lights. But as you can see, just like the rescue ship, as soon as you walk in, there's your medical bay. But in this case, what I've done is, and your similar as up here, normally you would have that stairway that would go up, and there's and I still have that exact same container, cargo container, but you'd go up that walkway and you'd have the ramp that would go across so you could access both the cargo container assembler, and then you had your refinery down here. Then over here you had a corner block like right there, and then same thing right there, and then the ceiling came down a lot sooner. What I did is I expanded the hump that's on top further, because this descended, or that went back down right about here. So the top bulge absolutely positively I moved it out, and then I just went ahead and put in some conveyors and some more cargo containers, and then I also put in 2 cryo tanks. Right here. Now another thing, this ship doesn't have its grav gin on it right now because of extenuating circumstances. Last week I had a minor catastrophe, but let's go ahead and put one in right now. Steel plate motor, large steel tube, gravity generator components, 6 of them. Oh, well, perfect. These are pretty big anyway, so let's just go ahead and put those in now. Now come get the large steel tube, motor, and steel plate. Tube. Motor. Now you notice I've got this baby pretty well supplied, and this is all coming from internally from the ship. Gravity generators usually require a lot of resources. There we go. Okay. Let's roll it to the left just a little bit so we can smooth out the gravity. There we go. Yeah, actually, I need somebody to go through this kind of stuff. What the hell just happened? Okay, the game's deciding to glitch. Some steel plates. I was out mining and had a huge accident and slammed my ship. Yeah, it feels like I've been tripping on acid or something. Because, I'm just morphing through the walls there, guys. That's kind of trippy. Now, on the rescue ship, the window is closer to the cockpit. And so what I did is I added a block on and then put these corners on here because it still had these corner pieces right here. All right, but it just went flat across, straight across, and then it had those. They look like catwalk with a half wall. One turned up and the other one turned down, stuck up, you know, against the side. So over, you know, like on here too, it didn't have. It was all metal, and that's another thing. I replaced all this with metal. Or with glass. I replaced all the glass, all the metal with glass, and then as it started happening, as soon as I put in that gravity generator, maybe I need to move it. Let's take her for a flight real quick. Need to get out and realign its chi. He gets up to speed pretty fast. It slows down pretty fast. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so about maybe 30 seconds or less, it was able to slow down from top speed. And it's able to accelerate from a dead standstill to full speed in, let's watch. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So less than 30 to top speed and less than 30 to dead stop. It's, you might say, much more responsive than the traditional rescue ship. I don't have oxygen sealed, you know, on, so no message received from server for 5 seconds. Network's connection is working. Be here in just a minute. Okay, this is fucked up. Let's see if I have to delete anything. Okay. It's just this kind of networking stuff that honestly is what's holding back space engineers. And the more I've looked into actually doing some modding, the more I realize that there are some underlying structural issues, not just with the game engine itself, but with um, licensing and ownership of the software behind this video game, particularly on the development side. This little error here should have already corrected itself, honestly. To remove any of these grids, I've got to be able to click over here. Oh, wait a second here. Every time to eat. I really want to restart the server, but I'm afraid it'll kill my character. Well, not like I have anything of real value. Okay. I'm gonna put all this stuff in the flight seat. Why won't let me put anything in the flight suit? Okay, well, I'm going to, I guess, try to maneuver around and get into the cryo chamber. I can, once I get there, I should be safe. Okay. I'm either going to get thrown completely out of the ship, thrown away from it, or something like that. Either way, the inertial dampers are on. The ship should come to a halt. So, here goes nothing. My main goal is just to turn around right behind me and get into the cryo chamber. Everything's acting sluggish. There we go. That should have bounced me out. On out of the seat, out of the seat. We'll be right back.